Morning guys, welcome to On The Level Racing channel, and we just have a quick look back here over the week at Cheltenham, where I think we see some very rising stars come through the ranks. I didn't think it'd be a great Cheltenham, but obviously the right horses have won the races and deservedly so. Um, as for a tipping perspective, I'm going to have to go back over the blog again, see what we had up. I do believe I tipped up Belly Adam in the Supreme. Wouldn't have got anywhere near appreciate it. How impressive was that? I mean, the world is oyster. It'll go to Pakistan, obviously, and he would definitely end up back at the festival next year. Baddy Adam again. I mean, on sufferance, only got the run up spot. Ran on well, but only got the run up spot just purely on because Blue Lord felt the last fence. Should have been a Munnings 1 and 2. Sadly. On to Shishkin. Again, what a performance that was for Shishkin. This horse is definitely getting better and better as it goes along. The one to take out of the race is probably obviously El Dorado Allen. That's the best I've seen that horse run for a long time, and a lot of ground up, mainly up at least 15 or 20 lengths up from the last fence. That was a very good run indeed. On the old teamer. Great to see Vintage Clouds back in the winning circle. Fantastic for Sue Smith and Ryan Mania having a festival winner there. Happy Go Lucky, I think just got tapped for toe. And Vintage Clouds just jumped him into the ground from the start really. Honeysuckle, obviously for me, she was the standout of the day. Fantastic ride by Rachel Blackmore. Knew when to kick her on and just left them for dead. Very impressive indeed. I was a bit concerned about Constantista in the mares, due to the fact that she didn't have grade 1 experience, and that told when Black Tears got up by the shortest of nose to beat her. Roxana again won a solid race, but I think they're going to kick in themselves if they didn't go the route of the Stayers Hurdle. They would have probably got a lot closer, I think, on Roxana. Obviously, Paisley Park was beaten there. If we look at the last race, first day, Galvin, very impressive. Never looked like this horse was going to lose for Ian Ferguson and Jack Kennedy. Very impressive indeed. Came round, beat the favourite next destination, and it was rightly so. It was the top three in the market that dominated the race. Okay, so we're going to quick look onto the second day. Where we have a very big star in the making. Landed the Ballymore Bob Ollinger, pure class. Again, great ride by Rachel Blackmore. She knew when to take it up, and it didn't ever even look in doubt when she turned into approaching the last fence. Monkfish, I wasn't that impressed with, to be honest. But even they turn around and say this horse could predominantly be a Gold Cup horse. Possibility. I think it's where they could be aiming the horse next year. Obviously, the RSA has got great stats going to the Gold Cup, as we saw yesterday with Nena Endo, who finished runner-up to champ last year in the RSA, and that form was franked with Alaho, who finished third, who came back and won at the festival and won the fence impressively. So that RSA is very strong form. So can Monkfish be a Gold Cup horse? I think the horse will have to shape up a little bit more on its jumping. I wasn't impressed with it at all. For me, for a horse that could go like Gold Cup way, obviously it's Fiddler on the Roof. I did mention to a good friend of mine, that I think this horse is worth watching for the rest of the season, and then obviously next season as it progresses up to the Cheltenham Festival next year, and see how Fiddler on the Roof goes. I mean, the big breakaway, you can't take anything away from that. Another good run in third. So really, them three horses, we should see how they go for next year towards the Gold Cup, because obviously the Gold Cup is going to be a little bit weaker next year, I think. If Monkfish goes there in full of form, and Fiddler and Roof. But don't get me wrong, it's 6.5 lengths, okay, but fair enough. Fiddler and Roof has run a fantastic race there, finishing second 40 to 1. I'm not going to really look at the Coral, but Coral Cup was a domination by Heaven Help Us. Very impressive ride by young Richard Condon to get a good winner for Paul Hennessy. Great ride, dominated from the outset and never looked like it was going to get caught. Craig Nish. I think Craig Nish is definitely the horse to take out of the race. Nicky Henderson's horse, due to the fact that found a lot of trouble in running, came through and stayed on well, and didn't run a bad race really. I think Craig Nish is definitely a horse to take out if you know, obviously Aintree is on the Horses Avenue. On to the Queen Mother. Again, Chacun Pour Soir. I had a little bit of doubts about him. It was my friend's lay of the day. Yeah, I think the right horse won, put the kettle on, and Nuba Negra again has produced another great run in a Grade 1. Where Chacun Pour Soir goes next is interesting. Obviously, he has to turn up the Punchestown Festival. However, I just don't think this. Obviously, the horse lost out last year coming here due to a sore stone in the foot, and obviously he's not the same horse. So yeah, a great ride by Aidan Coleman to put the kettle up. I think obviously the horse of the day has to be Tiger Roll. Rolling back the years, sadly they're not going for the Grand National this year. It's what they say, they're not going for the Grand National this year. They're heading for the Betfair, the bowl, I think, in Aintree. So I mean, he just dominated it. A fantastic ride indeed by Keith Donoghue, and I think they're all concerned are going to be very happy with that run. I mean, Easyland never looked the same as last year. You know, he couldn't go to pace of Tiger Roll. I mean, Tiger Roll. I mean, Keith Donoghue was looking around 3 out to find out where he was, and you know, it was just not there really. If we move on to the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual, great run by Sky Pirate. Nicky Schofield got it spot on. I was a bit disappointed on the selection really, and Tukas, I just felt Jose O'Brien's horse had the race in the bag. It was well handicapped, and obviously we saw this when it was just got beaten by a short head. Put it up each way, but I just thought Tukas was a little bit unlucky. I don't know about going to Leopardstown. I don't think the horse likes going right-handed. Seems to get tapped for toe, as he did in the race again. If we move on to the bumper, again, the bumper was easy to predict, really, I think. So as we saw, the top two in the market from obviously dominated in Sir Gerhard and Kilcruit. Great anticipating ride by Rachel Blackmore. She stole the race really from the front, and Kilcruit couldn't find that turn of foot to get to peg the horse back. Big run by LTS Bell back in third at 16 to 1, and obviously this is a highlight for next year's Supreme. Obviously we had no Fernie Hollow around this year, so really that's really quite a good compliment to Kilcruit really. But Sir Gerhard, yeah, Chively Park stud. Interesting, obviously, they switched stables on the fact that, obviously, due to Gordon Elliott's situation, and done the race and won the race nicely at 9 to 4. If we go on to Thursday's results, again, straight in for the Marshes novices. Yeah, Envoy Adam obviously came to grief, which is no surprising really. I mean, I never thought he was really a prolific jumper. Chantry House was tipped up against him right across the board, quite a few people and myself. 9 to 1, I thought it was a good bet. My each way bet in the preview, which we did at Cheltenham, between Connor and Caban and Tony Hawes. I did put up as an each way bet on Fusel Raffles, who's actually run a blind at 14 to 1 to finish second. Obviously just didn't get the pace to go with Chantry House. Miss Milner, very impressive indeed. Yeah, you can't take nothing about it. Brian Cooper gave Paul Nolan's horse a great ride. Nothing about it. I tipped up the Boss's Oscar anti-post at 7-1, so I'm not too unhappy about the obviously the run of the second, giving weight away. Most impressive, well, one of the most impressive of the day was Alaho. Again, like I said, the RSA from last year is very strong. This horse could definitely be a Gold Cup horse next year if going this route. Obviously, run the Ryanair quite well, quite comfortably as he dictated the pace from the outset, and just was never going to be beaten, I think. Yeah, a big run by Faca Diores. Again, it's a horse I put up each way, ran well, but obviously Adho was too classy. I've got to give a big shout here to Cavan, purely on the fact that he tipped up this horse, Flooring Porter. Very impressive tip indeed. He's very sweet on the horse. He talks it up quite well, and he did nothing wrong. It was really impressive to win the Paddy Power Stayers. Side de Burley there, who I put up there, was each way bet, ran well, and obviously Paisley Park, the favourite, ran on into third. But like I said, I think Roxana should have come this route. I think she would have ran well in this race, Roxana. The big win of the day goes to young Jordan Gayford, purely on the fact that the shunter landed £100,000 prize due to obviously the bonus, and never looked like he was going to win. Really, sorry, to lose actually. The shunter run very well, far class in the second. Top notch again. Has run a big race at 50s. On to the Parnell, the mare's novices. Again, Rachel Blackmore, great ride on Tell Me Something about her, about my girl. Cracking race. I put up Magic Days each way at 20. Sorry, Mighty Blue each way at 12-1. But a cracking race there to stay on the late in the process. And probably the best ride goes definitely to Jack Kennedy on Mount Ida. This horse was being pushed along a long way out, plugged on. This horse was actually traded on Betfair and was matched at £101 at 1,000-1 to win the race. So a very shrewd punter has won quite a bit of money there. But Mount Ida, great run, came through and basically won it quite comfortably in the end, really. On to the final round of the race yesterday, on to the results from yesterday. JCB, to keep this in mind for future, for next year, example. Not many great horses come out of JCB and progress. For me, they don't. If you looked at the race there, we had Tritonic and Xana here in the race. Now, these two horses were flat runners. The JCB Triumph Hurdle hasn't got a great record for horses that come off the flat to win this race, and that proved the point today. Yesterday, I tipped up Quiniquilios purely to the fact that the horse hadn't run the distance, and also that this horse had come directly from a flat background. And also Rachel Blackmore was obviously on board as well, which actually gave obviously the booster. Neil McCrory tipped up on our WhatsApp group. Adagio, he had the anti-post price. Adagio, great run, putting up with tap for toe early, came through and ran a cracking race to finish second behind Quiniquilios. Out of this race, the county hurdle, I'm going to take Petit Mouchoir because I think that's the best I've seen that horse run for a long time. And again, young Mr. Gainford has given it a cracking ride to finish second at 20-1. Top weight, giving weight all the way round. A fantastic ride by the jockey. That £7 claim definitely helped out coming up that hill. But you can't take away from the winner. Belfast Banter won it well for Peter Fahy. With Kevin Sexton on the board. He never panicked. Was travelling obviously well all the way round and went 33-1. Apparently that was tipped up by one of the ATR, Simon Rowlands, I think, of the ATR team. On to the Albert Barnett Novices Hurdle. Quite a shock runner results here. Vanier, very impressive, ridden by Mr. Mark Walsh for Gavin Conwell. Never looked like he was going to lose the race again. Another brilliant ride from the front, and literally went away from him. Oscar Leit's run a great run in 40 to 1, and Streets of Dying again has improved to finish third. On to the Gold Cup. Now, this horse, Manila Indo, I put this horse up back in January, purely to the fact that I thought this horse was a Gold Cup horse, definitely. Right age, right scope. Yeah, you can take away his Leopardstown run last time out. He just didn't fire at all. His jumping was appalling. But I just think, coming here, if he got settled well by Jack Kennedy, he had every chance. And he gave Henry de Bromhead, the first trainer ever to train 3 big winners of the big races at Cheltenham. Album Photo ran his heart out, a 9-4 favourite, ran on, never give up, finished a good third. And the Plus Tard, which I thought coming around that bend, the Plus Tard was sitting on the quarters of Manila Indo. And I thought Rachel Blackmore, here we go again, she's going to get another winner. But Manila Indo stuck it out. Jack Kennedy found more, and just a great ride to get up in the end. Probably did it a little bit easier than we expected by a length and a quarter. On to the St James's Paddy's Festival Challenge Cup. Again, we had a big winner there in Porlock Bay at 16 to 1 for Lorcan Williams and ex-jockey Will Biddick. Beating the Billaway, which was tipped up by obviously Willie Mullins himself. Cracking race all the way to the line. But you can't take anything away from Billaway. Stacker Wallace back in third. On to the Paddy Power Mares Chase. Again, this is my MB today. Quinixos was my nap yesterday, and Colreevy was my next best. Another great race fighting against NMA, the stable, and the stable really firing there with the first and second for Willie Mullins. But a great ride by Paul Townend to fend off Ellie May there. I mean, Colreevy, to be honest, I thought I had a little bit more scope, a bit more form over Ellie May. Ellie May's still learning the game. But she's going to be a nice type. And again, onto the Martin Pipe. Again, the horse I tipped up. Galloping Deschamps. Absolutely won on the bridle, swinging a bit. Came there so easy. And I wasn't really worried over the last fence. But Langadan made a lot of ground up. Quite a huge load of ground up. Swing off the bit as well coming round. So had every chance. The top weight rifle ran well. I mean, I actually think I gave us a little squeaker's flu here. Purely because the fact that top weights have done very well in this race over the years. So that's proved that point. A cracking run at 33 to 1 in third. So that's Cheltenham covered over 4 weeks. Thing is, where will they go next year? Obviously, I would expect Quilikios one to stand out. Will improve again. Colreevy, another horse I think it's worth watching out for next year. Fiddler on the Roof, depends what route this horse goes. I think the RSA is quite strong for the following year Gold Cup. And I appreciate it. Where would he go next? Maybe, I don't know. His avenues are open for him. She's got lots of Shishkin. What happens to Chacun Pour Soi? Will you stay in Ireland now? Will he not come back over again? Which I think Willie Mullins would be quite not stupid not to, I don't think. But he runs his best races in Ireland, Chacun Pour Soi. Manila Endo, I mean, I don't know. Very impressive by Jack Kennedy. But I think also you've got to take out his Plus Tard. What a great season that our Plus Tard's had. He's a true chase horse. Probably be a great, lovely horse to own. He just sticks his neck out. He's just got such a long neck, and obviously he was just beaten by a better horse on the day. That's it. So that's the Cheltenham preview done over. Obviously next year, hopefully we will be there and we can all meet up for a good drink. Now that's out of the way, I'm just going to go through quickly on today's cards. I mean, the horses have already been put up in a WhatsApp group. It's not a great race scene. We've got a national today at Uttoxeter. We'll have a quick look at Kempton first. What's we have a look here? We'll have a look at 205 at Kempton. It's the Virgin Bet Novices Limited Handicap Chase, Class 3 event over 2 miles. I like the top weight here, definitely. in from the Sean Curran yard in Zoff. Sorry, not Sean Curran. I do apologise. I like the top weight is Zoffy from the Philip Hobbs yard. He's drifted all morning out to 5-1 was a bit of a concern, but however, I just think his horse. I think you can have a look at the pull up last time. I just think dropping back to this trip is going to help the horse. Indeed, I think. Onto the 240. It's again Virgin Bet Silver Plate Handicap Hurdle, Class 2 over 2 miles 5. And the horse I originally fancied, his horse was Son of Kamos, Nicky Henderson's horse, but it's been pulled out due to the ground. I haven't put anything there to replace the horse. If I was going to put my neck on the line a little bit here, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a big run from Johnny Farrelly's horse here in Breffin Boy. Very consistent type, and I just think he could definitely run into a good run here under a good claiming jockey of Kevin Brogan, who's very underestimated this year. And then on the 350, which I think is the final race, I think, on the card here on TV, which is again, let's get this up. It's the Virgin Bet Handicap Chase, Class 3 over 2.5 extended 2.5 miles. And I've put up here, I mean, I don't fancy Falco Blitz here, Nicky Henderson's horse. And I believe I put up a horse, it's quite a price. It's the Man of the Mountain, Emma Lavelle's horse. Harry Bannister comes in for the ride. Currently at 14-1. I think it's a good each way bet. 8 runners. I mean, it's 8 runners here. I think we got each way money. Yeah, it's nine runners. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runners. So I think that each way better is Man of the Mountain. If this horse can obviously get over put it up last time out, but did have pretty good form prior to that, and not bad price at 14-1. On to the Utoxter, which is obviously I think the main card, even though Kempton's one of the top tracks. But if we go to the first race, to 150, which is a Class 3 Marston's Brewery Handicap, very, very tough race indeed, I think here. I don't think I put anything up for the race. Let's have a look. No, nothing really stood out in the race. I think Theme Tune could be the horse to be with here probably. John Joe O'Neill's horse here, and John Joe Jr. comes into ride for the horse. About 9-2, top weight, giving weight all the way round. But I just think the horse could be a little bit more classy than what he's taking on here. On to the 225. This is the Novice Handicap Chase. It's a Class 2 over 3 miles. And I did put one up here. That's the top weight here in Eclair Surf of, again, Emma Lavelle's horse. Tom Bellamy in for the ride. Currently 5-1. It's been back from 7s to 5s this morning. I mean, I think the horse is quite well handicapped off a mark of 136. Came out last time, and I thought won with a little bit of hand last time out. Under Tom Bellamy at Sandown in a Class 3 handicap chase. When beating Eclair de Guia very, very well, and by 3 lengths. That was off a mark 131, so he hasn't gone up significantly in the weights, and I just think we could see a big run from this horse again. Priced around 5-1. But I said my bets are all up on WhatsApp anyway, so I'm not going to go through all that. I'm just going to give you a quick preview here that what I'm putting on up here. And then we have the handicap hurdle, the 2.5 miler, and I've napped this horse here while about Oscar, Dan Skelton's horse. I think this horse is a little bit special, and I do think this horse will get further in time as well. There's been a lot of money around last night for Thobalt of Adam West horse there. It was about 12-1 last night. He's shot into 13-2, but he's been bouncing around 11-2, 13-2 this morning. So it's stabilising the horse there, but there's not rock solid money around for it anymore. It's dried up. Others in the race I think we could look at here is Rockadam, interesting one for Paul Nicholls, 6-1. As I said, there's been a little bit of money around for it this morning, not much, and I just think it's and Gustavian, Anthony Honeyball here, a very, very good booking of Ben Godfrey. He's my threat, I think, Gustavian, to my tip here, my nap of the day roll about Oscar, especially getting to £11 or £16 from the selection. That's Gustavian. That is the horse I'm worried about against the nap. And on the 3:35, we got the big one of the day, which is the Deep Midlands Grand National, over 4 mile and a quarter. Been a lot of money around here, but I think it's on the drift now. It's time to get up. By John Joe O'Neill's 11:04. It was quite heavy back this last night. It's been about 9:04 last night. It's drifted over this morning to 11:04. I actually put up a horse here, a nice little outsider here, from Harry Fry's yard. Brian Carver with a £3 claim on Captain Drake. I can't see any reason why this horse won't run a big race. I was quite taken last time out, finishing fourth over at Chepstow, behind obviously. I think it's Antipode's favourite for the Grand National, as Secret Reprieve. I thought it was an exceptional run in the Grade 3 company. I think he's run over this trip before. He finished second this last year, off a mark of 138, behind Truckers Lodge. And he comes into this of 132. He's £6 down on last year's run. So he's got to have a cracking chance each way, Captain Drake, I think. So, yeah. That would be my bet in that one each way. I think it's about 14 to 1. So that's just a quick preview. Obviously, this was mainly for the Cheltenham preview. Just to catch up on all the weeks running the races and the horses. And that's just put me tips up there, which we already know is in the WhatsApp group. So, guys, have a good day. Obviously, always after Cheltenham, the races isn't that great. It's just looking forward to the Grand Nationals now, really. Moving on. And obviously, Punjastown Festival. Where we will see some of the stars from Cheltenham going again. Just a point I will make, though, which was put up by Tony Hawes to me, that Time to Get Up was supposed to run at Cheltenham this week, but obviously bypassed this for this race. So that could be a tip in itself. But like I said, my each way tip there is Captain Drake in that race. So cheers, guys, for listening. Hope you have a good day. Be safe. Don't bet too much. Don't give too much of that money back that you've won during the week. I know a few of you had a really good week. We had a good day yesterday. Smashed in 4 winners, which is over the moon. And the site and the page or the site's going well. I think we're up over 420 plus. 42 points up this month. We were struggling a little bit, but obviously we had a slow start at Cheltenham, but we smashed it at the end. So yeah, have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself, guys. All the best, and I'll speak to you soon.